Hey everyone, it's Bree here, Vinyasa Wave. I hope you're having an awesome day so far. Christmas is only a few days away. I'm super excited. It's my favorite time of year. In honor of Christmas, because it reminds me of being a child, today's wave is going to be a playful Vinyasa wave. So it is going to be a power base, but we're going to have fun with it and make cool shapes and rock on the mat, rock off the mat. So have fun with it. Just find your inner child and play along. So we're going to start in the center of our mat, cross your legs, and meet me there when you're ready. Okay? Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So I know I said to cross the legs in the beginning, but I actually want you to kind of, instead of crossing them, so putting one foot on top of the other, just put one in front of the other if you're able to do that. You may need to sneak some blankets or pillows underneath your knees, and that's totally okay. So once you've found your comfortable position, go ahead and sit tall through the spine, close the eyes, and just drape the hands on the legs wherever they fall. And let's just go ahead and settle in here. Begin to notice the rhythm of your breath. See how it feels today. And then maybe do a scan of the body. What's alive for you today? What is present in that body today? And it could be anything. You know, for me, my breath is a little shaky today. Haven't been able to take the elevator for a while, and I was able to take it today by myself. So I'm still a little shaken from that, and I can feel it, a little shaky in my body. So try to notice those little things in your body. What are they trying to tell you today? See if maybe you can lengthen your inhales and your exhales now. Good. Maybe keeping the eyes closed, grab hold of your knees and just begin to shift over to the right side and then circle around through the front over to the left side. And then as you come through center, maybe round the spine and make it almost like a cat-cow as you go forward, maybe arch the spine a little bit. And then inhale pulls us back through rounding the spine. And then lean forward, continuing the circle. Moving with your breath, trying to make it as dramatic as you can, getting into every nook and cranny you have. And then switch directions. So now if you were going clockwise, go counterclockwise now. Good. Pause when you reach the top. Go ahead and switch the leg that was in front. So my right leg was in front, so now I'm going to put my left leg in front, but don't put it on top of the leg. Keep it out in front. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, let them fall in front and walk as far as you can first, just with the fingertips, leading with the heart. Chin is away from the chest, keeping the spine long. And then when you're ready, go ahead and lower the forearms down to the mat. If you want to kind of crawl out a little bit more, you can to get a little deeper in the stretch if you want more. If you're fine where you're at, go ahead and just stay there. Good. Feel the stretch in the hips and the thighs. And then walk your hands all the way back. Inhale, arms come up, gaze goes up. Right arm drops down to the side, left arm reaches over. And then inhale brings you back through center. Left arm drops down to the side, right arm reaches over. And then just move with your breath, the rhythm of your breath. And then maybe try to get a little deeper with each side stretch. Keeping that butt bone on the ground. Good. Pause when you find the middle. Arms are still up above the head. And then big exhale, rotate over to your right side. Right hand comes behind the back. Inhale, lengthen that spine. And then exhale, deepen into that space. Inhale, back through center. Exhale over to your left side. Left hand behind the back. Inhale back through center. Good. Let's go ahead and swing the feet around, finding our tabletop here. Find neutral spine first. Inhale, send your right arm long and your left leg long. Find the hover first and then find your balance. Exhale, right elbow, left knee. Open it up. Exhale, tap right elbow, left knee. Open it up. Exhale, tap, hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Open it up, and then drop your right hand down, keeping the left leg hovered, and then step it over behind your right knee. It's almost like an eagle pose, but we're on the floor. Inhale, send your right arm to the sky, finding the twist, and then exhale, thread it underneath your left arm. Right shoulder meets the floor. You can keep your left hand at a 90 if you need to, or you can send it behind the back. It's totally up to you. Breathe here, find stability. And then if we're in the bind, go ahead and release the left hand to the floor. Big inhale, send your right arm to the sky, finding your twist. And then exhale, bring your right arm down to the floor. Send your left leg long to a hover again, and then release it down all the way to your toes and sit back into that heel, finding a nice calf stretch. Engage the core. Push the floor away with the hands. And then breathe here. And release, tuck it back under, finding your tabletop. Inhale, sends your left arm long with your right leg out. Exhale, tap your knee to your elbow. And release. Exhale, left elbow, right knee. Release. And exhale, tap. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Find the hover. Release the left hand down to the floor. Step your right leg over your left, finding your eagle pose on the floor. Left arm reaches to the sky, finding your twist. And then exhale, thread it all the way through till your shoulder meets the floor. Right arm option to reach all the way around, finding your hip crease. Find stability, using the core and the hand on the floor to balance you. And release your right hand down to the floor. Inhale, send your left arm to the sky, finding that twist. Exhale, release it down to the mat. Send your right leg to a hover. And then exhale, step it back till you find your toes, the balls of your feet. Sit back into that heel, find length in that right leg. And release it, tuck it under, finding your tabletop. Big inhale, drop the belly, gaze goes up. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, pull it through. Exhale, round. And then find your neutral. Go ahead and tuck your toes, send your hips high, finding the first down dog of the wave. Begin to find movement here. Get into all those spaces, those little tight spaces in the legs. Maybe rock the hips side to side or bicycle the feet. A few more breaths. Take a big inhale. Exhale, let it go, and then find stillness here. Push the floor away with your hands so arms are nice and engaged. Tailbone is tilted to the sky, finding length in the back of the legs. On your inhale, come up to the tippy toes and begin to round the spine until you find plank. And then immediately exhale, send it back, finding down dog. Move through a few with your breath. So inhale comes up to the tippy toes, rounding the spine till we find plank, and then send it back down dog. One more. Inhale, round the spine all the way till we find our plank, and then exhale, sends it back. Find stillness here. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Left leg to the sky. Bend that knee and then open the hip. Keeping shoulders square. And then exhale, release the left foot down to the floor. Inhale, sends the right leg to the sky. Bend that knee and then open the hip so knee is facing the sky. And release it down to the floor. Gaze goes forward. On your exhale, slowly walk to the top of your mat, meeting your hands. Big inhale, halfway lift, and then walk your feet out to the sides of your mat. And then exhale, forward fold here. Option to grab opposite elbows. You can grab your big toes, sway here, whatever's comfortable for you. Lean forward onto the tippy toes to get a little deeper into those hamstrings. Maybe shake the head yes, shake the head no. Release the hands down to the floor. Big inhale, halfway lift, so lengthen that spine. Walk your feet back into hip distance apart. And then on your exhale, drop your hips down to your heels, arms come in front of you. Slow and controlled, sit all the way down on your bottom, engaging the core one vertebrae at a time, all the way down till your back hits the floor. Good. And then inhale slowly all the way up, keeping your knees together, and then find boat pose here. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Good. Exhale, open to low boat. Hold it here, and then we're gonna roll over to our right side without our feet or hands touching the floor. So now we're kind of in a Superman pose. Take a big inhale. Exhale, reach back, finding the feet, and then push into those hands, finding bow pose. If you need to place a little mat underneath your hips, you definitely can. I know it can get a little ouchy with the hip bones touching the floor. And then release the hands and the feet, finding Superman pose. And then big inhale, exhale, roll back to your low boat. Inhale, rise to high boat. Beautiful. Go ahead and lower the feet down to the floor. Slow and controlled, roll back one vertebrae at a time, all the way to your back. Good. Bring your knees into your chest, hands come behind the knees. Take one big rock forward, keeping knees together, that's the challenge, till we find all the way to our feet. Plant the hands down, and then as you rise to a forward fold, your left leg starts to float to find your standing split, or your version of a standing split. I know it's the beginning of practice. Good. You can add some blocks underneath your hands or tent the fingers if you need. And then exhale, tuck your left foot in. Big inhale, sit back into chair, hands at heart center. Good, big inhale again. On your exhale, rotate over to your right side without hooking that elbow on your knee. Inhale, back through center. Exhale over to your left side, find the twist. Inhale back. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower the bottom down to the floor. We're going around again. So sit back on the bottom slowly. The goal is to try and keep the knees together, one vertebrae at a time. Slowly lower all the way down to the back. This time, arms come behind the head or over the head. Lift the hips high, finding bridge pose. Chin is away from chest. And then lower the hips down. Big inhale, rock it all the way forward. Slowly till you find your high boat. Good. And then exhale, open to low boat. Roll over to find your Superman. So now we're on our bellies. Feet aren't touching and arms aren't touching. Big inhale. Exhale, reach back, finding the ankles. Kick your feet into your hands and find your bow pose. If you can't reach, it's totally okay. Just send your arms back and kick your feet up. And whatever you got, it's perfect. Exhale, release. Hands are hovering and feet are hovering. Big inhale here. Exhale, roll back, finding your low boat. Inhale, come up to find high boat. And then lower the feet down. Slow and controlled, one vertebrae at a time. Lower the back all the way down. Arms come over the head. Push into the floor. Hips go high, finding bridge. And then exhale, lower. Knees come into the chest. Hands come behind the knees. One big rock forward till you find your feet. Trying to keep your knees together, that's the goal. Hands meet the floor. Big inhale, find forward fold as your right leg starts to float. And we find our version of standing split. Good. And then exhale, step it in. Big inhale, find chair. Pause here. Take another inhale. Exhale, rotate to the right side. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, plant the hands. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, drop the bottom down. Sit back slowly. Drop the bottom. One vertebrae at a time again. This time we're going to skip the Superman and we're just going to go straight to bridge. So hips go high. And we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the hips, slow and controlled. Inhale, bring the knees into your chest, hands come behind the knees. Big kick and roll forward to your feet. Place the hands down. Big inhale, straighten through the legs, finding your standing split. Good. And then bend into your right knee just a little bit. And then on your inhale, rise to find warrior 3. Good. Exhale, lowers it down. So hands touch the floor and my left toes touch the floor. So it almost looks like I'm going to start a race. Big inhale, come find warrior 3. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Good. One more. Inhale up. And then big inhale, arms come through up to the sky as your left leg swings all the way through and step it over your right. So we're kind of in this crisscross legs. Big inhale, straighten through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. With your legs crossed. Whew, that was a lot. I hope y'all are sweating because I am sweating. Good. Go ahead and plant your hands, unwind your feet, finding a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, sit back onto your heels again. We're going around one last time, arms in front of you. Slowly sit back onto the bottom, one vertebrae at a time. Here we go. Lay all the way back, engaging that core. Arms come overhead, hips go high. Squeeze booty cheeks for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, lower the hips. Make sure you're having fun with this. Make it your own. Knees come into the chest, hands come underneath the knees. One big kick and rock all the way forward, finding your feet. Plant the hands down. Big inhale, straighten through the legs as your right leg starts to float, finding your version of warrior three. Bend into your left knee. Big inhale rises us to warrior three. It's totally okay if you fall. I just did. And then exhale lowers the hands and the right toe down to the floor. Big inhale, warrior three. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. And then big exhale, swing your right leg through, arms to the sky, step your right foot over your left, finding cross-legged feet, cross-legged feet. Big inhale, straighten through the spine. Exhale, swan dive down, finding your forward fold. Hang out here. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Good. Unravel the feet, finding your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, arms come overhead. Exhale, cactus the arms, gaze goes up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands come through heart center, and then take a pause here. Maybe close the eyes, come back to your breath. I know that was a lot of funky transitions back to back, so come back to the mat, come back to your breath, slow it down. Make sure you're moving with joy. Joy in the heart, joy in the breath, joy in the body. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, finding plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Good. Right leg goes to the sky. Step it all the way through, finding low lunge. Drop your left knee. Big inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, let it go. Sink a little deeper into those hips. Big inhale here. Exhale, send the hips back, finding your half split. So frame your right leg, toes to the sky. Once you've found your balance, step your left hand over your right leg, right arm comes to the sky. So we're here in a revolved half split. Sending the hip back, so we're keeping the hips square. Toes to the sky. Exhale, frame your foot. And then step your right hand over to the left side of your right foot. So both hands are on the same side. Plant into your hands as your right foot starts to float over to your right side. So we're kind of in a tabletop. If you need to adjust your hands so they're underneath your shoulders, you definitely can. And then exhale, plant your foot down, facing your toes forward, or what is that, perpendicular to your knee. Rock back onto your left knee and then bend into the right knee until your right hand meets the floor. If you need to place a block there, you definitely can. So we're in this funky lunge here. Can't talk today, it's like a tongue twister. The left arm is to the sky. And release, push it back. Finding your hands on the mat, float your right leg again to a hover, and then 3 taps down to the floor. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Come back to the hover. Option here, this one's a kind of a funky one, so do it however you need to. So go ahead and tuck your left toes, send your hips high, finding a 3-legged down dog, but our right leg is hovered out to the side. If you need help of the right leg, definitely do so. It's totally okay. And then once you're ready, begin to find circles with that right leg as we're in our down dog. Good. And then switch directions. And you don't have to do it with a straight leg, you can do it with a bent leg. Good, and then once you've reached the top, bring knee to nose and hold, and then step it all the way through. Big cartwheel of the arms, finding warrior two. I know that was a funky transition, so however you get there, it's totally fine. Make it your own. Big inhale. Exhale, sink a little deeper into that right knee. Inhale, straighten through the right leg, arms come overhead. Drop your left arm behind you and reach your right arm back. So we're here in we're here in a reverse triangle. I cannot speak today, y'all. And then cartwheel all the way to the top, framing your right foot. Send it back, finding your plank. Lower down chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Good, big breath here. Exhale, let it go. Left leg to the sky. Step it all the way through, finding your low lunge. Now that you know where you're going, hopefully that will help on this side. But again, you don't have to look anything like me. Make it your own. Big inhale. Exhale, send the hips back, finding your half split, framing your left leg, toes to the sky. Keeping hips square, imagine you're driving this leg, your left leg back, so you get a nice stretch in that hamstring. And then when you're ready, step your right hand over your left arm goes to the sky. We're in a revolved half split. One leg might be a little tighter than the other, and that's okay. And release. Go ahead and frame the foot first, and then step both hands on the right side of your left leg. Plant into the hands as your left leg begins to float over to the left side. So we're here in a table, left leg is out to a hover. Go ahead and plant your foot down, facing toes out. Rock onto your right knee and sit into your left knee, finding that little funky lunge. Right arm to the sky, left arm down by your big toe. And send it back. Finding your tabletop with your left leg to a hover. 3 taps, so 1, 2, 3. Hold it to a hover. Here we go on the funky down dog. However you get there, that's totally okay, but you can go ahead and tuck your toes, send the hips high using the strength of your arms, finding your 3-legged down dog, and then begin to find leg circles here. Again, you don't have to do it with straight legs. You can do it with a bent leg. And then switch directions. And then once you reach the top, stay there. And then send it all the way through. Send knee to nose. And step it all the way through. Big inhale as we cartwheel the arms, finding warrior two. Big inhale here. Exhale, sink a little deeper in that left knee. Inhale, straighten through the left leg, arms come up, drop your right arm behind you, reach all the way back, finding reverse triangle. And then exhale, frame your left foot. Step your left foot all the way back, lower it down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Take another inhale. On your exhale, go ahead and drop your forearms down to the mat, finding your dolphin. You can play here. You can walk your feet in as far as you want to, or if you need to step it out, you definitely can if it's too intense. Wherever's comfortable for you, begin to float one leg at a time with your breath.
I'm not giving you a number. I just want you to begin to float the legs. Beautiful. One more. Good. Staying here, big breath in. On your exhale, you're going to shift to a hovered tabletop. So inhale, lift off the forearms, drop the knees. Exhale, send it back to your forearms, finding your dolphin. Good. Inhale, push through, finding your tabletop to a hover. Drop the forearms, hips go high, finding your dolphin. One more. Inhale, push through the hands, forearms come off, drop the knees down, finding a hover. And then send it back for your last dolphin. Good job. Push all the way up, finding your down dog. Right leg goes to the sky. Bring right knee to right wrist, finding pigeon. Go ahead and drop your left knee down. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, fold forward. Make sure we're not sitting onto that right butt cheek. We're all the way up on our hips here. Squared hips. Slow the breath down. And walk it all the way back. Step it all the way back, finding your down dog. Left leg to the sky. Left knee, left wrist. Bring it all the way down, finding pigeon. Open the heart, and then exhale, fold over that left leg. Walk the hands back. Go ahead and swing the legs around to the front. I'm going to face you. Go ahead and bend one knee in. So my left insole is on my right thigh. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold over to your right side. And switch sides. So right insole into my left thigh. Big inhale, arms up. Exhale over to your left side. Inhale back through center. Go ahead and open both legs this time. So now we're in a straddle. Inhale, arms up, and then walk your hands all the way forward, keeping your knees facing the sky. And if they start to bend, you've gone a little too far. Leading with the heart, spine long. And walk your hands all the way back. Go ahead and swing your legs together and come all the way down to your back. Arms come out to the side, knees into the chest, and then exhale, let them go over to your right side, finding a twist here. Gaze goes over your left shoulder. Inhale back through center. Exhale, drop them over to your left side. And then back through center. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze. And then exhale, let it all the way go, finding your final resting pose. Feet fall open, palms to the sky. Feel the heat in the body. Feel that energy you created. Now begin to relax that energy. Slow it down. And just drift away, releasing all the tension and anywhere that feels like you're holding on to anything. Just let it go, even if it's just for a moment. Bring awareness back into the room, wiggling your fingers, toes, whatever you got. And then go ahead and roll over to one side. Pause there before pushing all the way up to a seated position, and then cross the legs. Go ahead and sit nice and tall through the spine, hands over the knees. Maybe bow the head a little bit. Do another scan of the body. We're going to close the practice out with a nice sigh out. So bring your hands to that third eye. Big inhale. Exhale, sigh it out, let it go.
Thank you for waving with me. I hope you had an awesome time on this wave. I hope you were able to tap into that inner child that we all have. And I hope you have a beautiful holiday season, a beautiful new year. I'll see you again soon. Bye.